This might be the best football boot so far in 2024, and I want to tell you guys why. This is going to be my review on the Adidas Predator 24 Elite. Alright, so getting into the review of the Predator 24 Elite, the first thing that I want to talk about is going to be the upper. This time around, Adidas is using what they called Hybrid Touch 2.0. It is a synthetic upper. It did came a little bit stiff out of the box. However, after just a session or two max, this upper becomes very, very soft and pliable. And what I also enjoy about this upper is that it does have a good amount of padding and thickness to it, which I really enjoy, especially when making contact with the ball. I'm one of those that kind of enjoys that padded feel on the ball, and this does a really good job of doing that. Also, Nike added what they called strike skin. Essentially what it is this 3D texture element added to the upper for additional grip on the ball, especially when striking the ball. As you guys can see, it's placed more on the area where you will strike the ball, where you would try and curl it. And honestly, I feel that this extra grippy texture here does do a good job of adding some additional grip on the ball and some extra spin. Now, is it gonna improve your shooting drastically by any means? And the answer is no, but I feel like it would add just a little extra spin on the ball. So I really enjoyed the sensation of this strike skin, and I feel that with the Hybrid Touch 2.0 make a perfect package altogether, making this upper one of the best uppers of 2024. I know that's a bold statement, but that's honestly how I felt in wearing these. They just feel really, really good, and like I said, especially when striking the ball. So very satisfying sensation all the way around from this upper. Alright, so moving on, the next thing that I want to talk about is going to be the fit and the comfort of the Predator 24. I did buy these in my usual size that I buy for any other football boot, and the fit and length is perfect. It does run just a tiny bit long, about a half nail long, but honestly that's not a big issue for me. So if you're interested in trying these out for yourself, I would highly suggest going true to size for these here. As to comfort, I found that the Predator 24 are extremely comfortable. After breaking time, they do come a little bit stiff out of the box, but once you break them in, the upper just softens up and molds to your foot very, very nicely. These do have a pretty good amount of width, so they're going to be suitable for mostly any foot shape out there, even if you have wide feet, in my opinion. So you should have no trouble in trying these out for yourself. They are really comfortable. I really enjoyed what Adidas is doing here with the Predator. I'm really, really happy that I got to try these. They're a really good football boot. They're super comfortable, and I am honestly thrilled to have these in my collection. Alright, so moving on, the next thing that I want to talk about is going to be the Soleplate. This is Adidas FG Soleplate for the Predator. It did come a little bit stiff out of the box, but after just a session or two, you guys can see that this Soleplate does bend quite a bit now, making it very, very comfortable out of the box. It's just a tad bit uncomfortable, but once broken into, it's just fine. Now, as you guys can see here, they do give you these triangular but almost rounded studs. So I tried these on an artificial grass pitch, and honestly I felt just fine in them. It did give me a good amount of twist and pivot, so I didn't find any issues with this stud pattern on an artificial grass pitch. However, I will always recommend that if you play mostly on artificial grass, that you go out and buy an artificial grass boot. But in my experience in trying these out, I think they would be just fine, honestly. So overall, the Soleplate is fairly responsive. It's really comfortable. As you guys can see, it's flexible as well, so it's not going to give you any problems in bending or anything like that, which you can find as a positive or as a negative. In my opinion, is a positive, because it is fairly responsive. As soon as you plant, it bends and it's ready to go. So I found the Soleplate to be really good. So yeah. Next thing that I want to talk about is going to be the lockdown of the Predator 24, and I was honestly impressed with the lockdown that they provide. This lacing system does do a good job of wrapping this upper around your foot when tightening the laces tight. So in my opinion, it's almost the perfect combination of having such a plush and free upper, but having a lacing system that can tighten it as needed as well. So I was impressed with the lockdown. They feel really comfortable because of that, because they are locked down, but they're free because of how soft this upper is. So honestly, Adidas did a wonderful job with these football boots here, man. I can see why they're getting so much hype around the football world. They are one of the most popular boots out right now, and with good reasoning. They do pretty much everything right. They do a lot of things correct, but on top of that, they feel comfortable on your feet, and that's one of the best things that a football boot can provide for you, is comfort. Next, I want to talk about the weight of the Predator 24. Now, they are fairly light. They are not the lightest control boot on the market, but honestly, I felt them pretty light on my feet, so I thought it would be interesting to weigh these in a scale and see how much they actually weigh. So I'm just going to throw them on, and as you guys can see, they're weighing in at 190 grams. So still fairly light, like I said. However, it's not the lightest. Just for comparison, just for fun, I have the Nike Phantom GX2 here, the direct rival of the Predator, and I thought it would be interesting to see how much these weigh on the scale. Let's go ahead and throw them on. And as you guys can see, they're weighing in at 168 grams. So a total of 21 gram difference between the GX2 and the Predator. These, you can feel that they are lighter, and you can definitely tell they're lighter on your feet. But this comparison here is going to be left for another video, guys. So subscribe if you haven't already, so you don't miss the head-to-head battle between these two monsters right here. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. But anyways, back to the Predator 24, man. These are still fairly light. Like I said, they're not the lightest, but they're not heavy by any means. You're going to find them very light on your feet. And you also got to remember that you do get this additional textured element added to this upper here. So honestly, I think it's a good balance in the overall football boot, in the weight, in the comfort, and the additional grip. It's just overall a great football boot, in my opinion. So moving on, I also want to talk about the touch on the ball on the Predator 24. And honestly, it's very satisfying when you receive the ball or when you strike the ball. As I mentioned earlier, this upper does have a good amount of padding and thickness to it. So when you receive the ball, you almost get that cushioned impact, which feels very, very nice on your foot. This texture element here does add a good amount of grip when receiving the ball with this part of the foot as well. So overall, the touch on the ball is really satisfying and really good on the Predator 24. Is one of the things that I enjoy the most as well. It gives you, like I said, that cushioned feeling on your foot, making it very, very nice and satisfying when you strike the ball or receive the ball. So the touch on the ball is going to get a very good rating on my behalf. It's definitely a plus, just one of many things that the Predator 24 does very, very well. All right, guys, so I'm trying my hardest to find something to critique this Predator 24 on, but honestly, I'm falling a little bit short. I have nothing to really complain about this football boot here. It does everything pretty much perfect. The additional grip on the ball here from this texture element is great. This upper is really soft and plush and pliable, which is great. This Soleplate is fairly responsive and it's very flexible as well, which is great. It's just I'm coming up just a bit short on criticizing these, man. They're just really good, and I can see why they are in contender to be the best boot of 2024, and with good reasoning. They do everything correct. Adidas hit a home run with these, in my opinion. Now, this is coming from somebody that's always worn Nike products. Now, listen, when it comes to these right here, oh, these go toe to toe with each other. Oh, I can't wait to compare these in a different video, man. But yeah, honestly, this is just an overall a very, very good football boot, and I'm glad I got to add these to my collection. And I honestly highly suggest, if you haven't tried these out, to go ahead and try them out for yourself so you can see what I'm talking about. You know what? For my next pair though, I am gonna get the one with the fold over tongue. Those look very sick in my opinion. However, those are pretty much sold out everywhere, so I couldn't get my hands on them. I'm sure they're gonna feel just as good as this. Of course, the tongue is just for the aesthetic of things, I'm not gonna add any type of performance characteristics, but yeah, they look sick. But honestly guys, yeah, this boot right here, man, they get a major go. These are amazing. All right guys, so that's gonna go ahead and wrap it up for my review on the Predator 24 Elite. As I mentioned earlier, these football boots here are absolutely phenomenal, and they're definitely worth the try 100%. If you're thinking about buying these, you should definitely buy them. I'm telling you, you're not gonna regret it. But yeah, if you guys found any information in this video helpful, go ahead and smash that like button. It would help the video out a lot. And go ahead and subscribe to the channel as well, so you don't miss any soccer related content, and so you definitely don't miss out on the head-to-head battle between these two monsters right here. You definitely don't want to miss out on that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching once again, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.